Let's talk about the rhetorical modes of exemplification and argument. An exemplification essay uses examples to prove its point. Examples add clarity, interest, and connections to your essay. You can do this easily with the 3-point thesis statement. Here's an example. College should be the necessary next step in a graduate's life because it will keep the teen occupied, teach important skills, and provide necessary education to secure employment. So the examples that you'll use in the essay are those 3 points. Keeps the teen occupied, teaches important skills, and provides education. Look at that great parallel structure there. But you can also use a simple thesis to set up an exemplification essay. And here's an example. Whether intentional or not, the Beatles changed the world as we know it. And the examples used in that essay would be music, or might be music, media, charity, and attitudes. Read the attached essay, Revolution, to see how these examples work to prove that the Beatles changed the world. By the way, again, a gift from me to you, one of my freshman essays. Examples point toward evidence, so you may use facts, anecdotes, opinions, and names as your examples. Exemplification essays can use all 3 organizational structures that we discussed. Emphatic order works the best because you want to put your most powerful example at the end of the essay. Remember, do that 1-2 punch. Give them that most important information so that they're still thinking about it when they finish out that essay. This rhetorical mode blends with the other rhetorical modes easily, including argument. So I'm going to say something shocking to you. All essays are arguments. I haven't said that yet, and I want you to understand. Think about it. If every essay has a thesis statement, something that you have to prove as you write the essay, then aren't you involved in an argument? If you're trying to prove something, doesn't that mean that there could be more than one possible answer? A narrative proves its thesis through a short story that might provide a moral the writer feels is important, something he wants to prove. Process essay teaches a new skill that the writer feels is necessary to the reader. A definition essay demonstrates the writer's personal belief about something. Remember those videos on happiness? Those essay structures use gentle persuasion on the reader. Argument, exemplification, cause and effect, and comparison contrast use a stronger form of argument. These essays typically use research, which assists the writer in proving his thesis. So why do we need a specific rhetorical mode called argument if they are all arguments? Well, because an argument essay is different. Think of an argument essay as a debate on paper. Not only do you need to make your points, you must show that the points of the opposition can be disproven. An argument essay should contain some sort of refutation. A refutation occurs when the writer argues against the points that oppose his own. It is really hard to win an argument if you cannot show your opponent that they are wrong. It works the same way on paper. Think about, have you ever tried to persuade your parents to buy you a car? Unless you can convince them that they're wrong, you are still going to be riding that bus. So it's hard to win an argument without being able to do that. To see how a writer might argue against the opposing side, read the essay that I'm going to attach called In Defense of Insanity. Again, this was my freshman essay that I wrote that was an argument essay. The key to a good argument essay is strong evidence. You must convince the reader that you fully believe your point is the correct one. Now I will give you an example. I had a student who, a couple of semesters ago, wrote a very strong argument essay in favor of guns. I am a very anti-gun person. But at the end of this essay, the student had given me such good examples and such good evidence that I wrote a note to her at the very bottom of the page and said, "You almost persuaded me." And that's what we want to do with argument. That's what we want to do with writing. We want to convince the reader that they may be able to change their mind because we're giving them reasons to change their mind. The exemplification method works very well with argument, since you will definitely want examples that prove your point. Organize the essay using the emphatic order so that the reader gets the most important point last. Again, that 1-2 punch is so important. Good luck writing your exemplifications and your argument essays.